presented by Scott Credit Union, your St. Louis
Fan Report and aloha. Welcome to the BlueNote Fan Report. I am Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and this is our pregame show. St. Louis is in Vegas, and you know what? 5 years ago to the day, a Hawaii Blues fan was born, and I can't think of somebody better to bring in on that day. Well, there are some better people, the people that were there, but I love Bulldogs, so let's bring in Miss Kimberly and her bullies. Hey, Kim, how are you doing today?
We're great. How are you?
Oh, I am great. I am absolutely amazing. Oh, look at them beautiful pups.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. Look at the beautiful, beautiful pups. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Jason, it is afternoon here. It is about 3:30 in the afternoon. So the game is on TNT tonight. So things are going to kind of switch a little bit. We might go a little longer than normal. The third period of the Boston-Philadelphia game. Oh, my goodness. I'm in love. I'm in love. Which two do you have there?
This is Bitsy, and she's, is she 4 now? Yeah, she just turned 4. And this is Bella, and she's 7.
So you got one more, right?
Yeah, Angel, the big one.
Angel. Yeah.
I put her jersey on her, so she's probably hot somewhere.
Yeah. Let's see if I can do this. We'll kind of bring. There we go. We'll bring you over big screen so you can see we can see the puppies, man. Okay. Hey, this is going to be a good game tonight. I'm interested in tonight's game. I really am.
Yeah.
And you know what? Let's bring in my co-host, the one and only Ashley Slapshot, because her tongue is that sharp. Jones. I almost said Johnson. You know what? That's a good. Yeah. That makes better sense, doesn't it, Ashley?
No, I'm a Jones.
You're a Jones. Hey, how you doing? Look what we have today, Ashley.
Oh my goodness, they are so precious.
Oh, aren't they? You remember Kim from a while back?
Yeah, I loved when she was on the show with those puppies.
Yeah, they're back.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're playing the Knights today, and she sent me a message, said, hey, we're playing the Knights. I want to watch the show. And I said, hey, you want to come watch? She said, sure, bring the bullies. They miss you. And I greatly appreciate it. I did tag you on Twitter. So if in your Twitter, you can probably see it and then reshare it, and all your Twitter friends can watch it. I did see that one about the Bulldog that wanted the 1,000 followers. I followed it. He's already at him, but yeah, that was really cute.
Oh, he did get 1,000. That's funny.
Yeah, this Bulldogs, there's something special about them. I can't wait to get to Vegas just to see your Bulldogs. I mean, I don't even want to see a hockey game as much as I would love to. I just want to see your bullies. Oh, they're so precious.
Yeah.
All right, we're all happy to see them. Now tonight is a big game, and one of the reasons is early season. This is what was that topsy-turvy day, right? I think that's from Alice in Wonderland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is the Central Division, or even the NHL, is a little topsy-turvy. Very interesting what's happening in the NHL right now. We'll talk a little bit about that overall. Oops, I guess I got to kind of adjust my camera a little bit.
Yeah, get it back up.
There we go. No, a little bit more. There you go. So I'm moving, and this is going to be my last show for about a week or so. So that's why things are kind of messy here. And if you see it, kind of not being in the right frame or whatever, I apologize. We're doing the best we can. So in the Central Division right now, one of the bottom teams, the bottom 2 teams are, bottom 3, Arizona, not surprising, Vegas, surprising, and Colorado, extremely surprising. This is beginning of the season. We talked about this going to be a goalie division. Really, none of the goalies in this division have played very well at all, right? It is surprising. The Blues are one of 6 teams that are undefeated, maybe 7. I think there's 5 teams that are 3-0-0, and one of those teams, actually 2 of those are Buffalo and Ottawa. I mean, that's the teams everybody thought would be at the bottom. But then again, remember Buffalo a few years back went 8-0-0 and missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, the first month. Now, actually, Kimberly, I do have something I want to talk to you about. Ian Oman says, I stand corrected by the Jets. It's too early, but I really thought they were going to be better. It's topsy-turvy right now, Ian. Even that. Ian's asking where I'm moving to. I'm actually just moving to another apartment here on the island. We're going to pack up most of the stuff Saturday and Sunday and take it over there. And then we have the movers coming Monday. I'm hoping by the Avalanche game that I'll be back. If not, then it'll be by the Chicago game. I'll be back. So I'm going to have to break the studio down tonight because this has to be hand taken over. My studio needs to be hand taken over. I don't want the movers taking that over, and I can't lift anything. Found out I need surgery today. They have to break my arm again.
No.
Yeah. So when it twisted or it turned a little bit after it healed. So now this bone pops really bad because it's too short. And the only way they can fix that is trying to lengthen it. And then they may still have to break this one. So it's something it's something to be looked at, but I'll probably be down a little bit down the road. But hey, man, the great thing that's going on right now is some teams are who we thought they were, and a whole bunch of teams weren't. The Blues right now are not a team that we thought they were. They're playing better. Yeah, well, okay. Ashley did think they were. Vegas is struggling a little bit. Robin Lanier's struggling a little bit. So I got a question for you, Kimberly. Your team's 5 years old now.
Yeah.
Right. And usually in normal progression of an expansion team, this is when they start getting good. Okay. You guys are seeing the opposite of that.
Well, we got so many injuries right now. It's that we're playing with so many of our young guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the one of the things that like what Seattle's done, Seattle drafted for future. They're teaching their fans how to lose first before they win. Well, Vegas drafted to win now, right? Their expansion draft was to win now. They took those contracts. They did all this stuff to win now. Well, as a lot of those guys are leaving, and then they brought in a few big contracts, i.e. Alex Pietrangelo, which is handcuffing the team a bit right now. This could be a tough season for Knights fans. I mean, you got it's a weak division, so you could still make the playoffs, but you could barely make the playoffs, or you could win the division but have a points total that's less than the fifth place team in the Central. You know, it could be that kind of division for you guys. So as you're seeing this, what are your thought process of what you're seeing with Vegas right now? Because I know the reason I say this, and I know I don't.
I'm a little scared. I'm a little, I think, I'm excited for the young guys coming up, get a play tonight. We got a lot of young, I don't even know how many we have on the roster tonight, but so many guys from the Henderson Silver Knights.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think kind of what I want to get at is if you have this season, right? If you have a bad season, do you think a lot of Knights fans are going to jump off that wagon, or you think they're still going to stay there?
I don't think so. After what we've been through with Fleury, I think if you're still here, you're going to be here for the long haul.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think people that left because of Fleury, that was probably like the big thing for them to leave. I think now it's just going to be, if you're here now, you're just going to stick around. And if you've left already, then peace out.
Well, yeah, I think. Yeah, so I think from the original draft of 5 years ago, you only got like one or two players left, right?
Yeah. Well, we got the misses. I think there's like four.
Yeah. Right? So
the misses.
Yeah. So that's something to kind of look about. Ian says, Ian goes, it's only 3 games though, plenty of time for collapse. I'm just enjoying it while I can. He's talking about his wild. And Foligno's Superman punch. Yeah, that was actually pretty cool.
Oh my God. Hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing what was really funny is he missed.
It was like something that Pokemon. I mean, it was hilarious.
Yeah. So, actually, I don't know if you've seen the game yesterday. If you've seen it, Nick Foligno from the Wild got into a fight over a hit, and then he lined up and just left his skates, took a Superman-style punch, missed, and then came back and then hit the guy again when he landed back on his skates. It was absolutely, yeah, he kind of hit him like here, on the side here, and then came back and hit him. It was absolutely crazy, man.
If he would have hit him, he would have been eaten out of a straw for a few months.
Oh, yeah. I think true fans will stay. Ryan Green says, I think there are fans, I try and read this right. I think there are fans that don't mind as much that will come back around if the team isn't good for now and get better later. I'd be honest. Oh, Zach Earl saying, let's go Blues. Hey, Zach, welcome to the show, buddy. Welcome back to the show. Earl Smith says, I'd love to join you, but it's too damn loud in here. Well, hey, Earl, enjoy the game, buddy. Enjoy the game. Hey, Earl, I don't know if you remember this or not, but 5 years ago, you went to that game with me. That was your first hockey game. So this is God, I wish I could have been there. I really do wish I could have been there tonight. Have you been to any games, Kim?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been to quite a few. Yeah.
What do you think? Ashley, I know you may or may not have seen it. They have this, I don't know if it's changed since the first season, but they do this kind of Vegas-y style show. Do they still do it?
Yes, but it's got a lot better. You should watch it. It's on my timeline. The one from when the Seattle had their first game.
Yeah. That was phenomenal.
Okay.
Yeah, wasn't that great?
That was awesome.
I'll have to go watch it because the one they did the first season was cheesy.
That was really, that was like two guys with the guy out there with the sword and they kind of fight. And then I think it was a wheelbarrow or something at one point.
Yeah, they put the flag in. They take the opposing team's flag out and then put their flag in. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's nice. It's supposed to have another really good show. They never show it. I don't know on ESPN.
Well, yeah, since it's a national game, it'll probably be shown.
Good. I hope so. Because it's
this really Boston Philly game is getting fierce. It's got about 11 minutes to go, but it's 4-3 Philly. I could see this one going to OT. I really could. They are definitely ready to just go at it. Let's talk. I want to talk a little bit with Ashley about the Blues. So just you can chime in if you want to there, Kim. Ash, as we're going into this third game, we're kind of looking at a couple of different things. Now we know Buchnevich is out 2 games for the headbutt. Surprised me until but I found out 3 times and he was suspended last season also. So that kind of. Okay, I get where they're going with it. I didn't like. Did you hear the explanation from player safety?
Yes, I did.
Did that sound like it was pointedly negative?
It did.
Right, and I've heard other ones they've done. I've never heard them so blatant as that one was.
Yeah, for example, the one where it was a retaliation punch with the gloved hand before Busch got, suspended. Yeah. They said that it was retaliation. They should have stated that Busch was, retaliating for being crossed in the face.
Yeah, you're talking about
the admit that they weren't punishing somebody for that.
Yeah, you're talking about the sucker punch.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I know that did really. If you go listen to it, if you go on Twitter to player safety. Right, NHL player safety. They have that on there. You know what? At intermission, I might try and show that. And we'll get. He got 2 games. He got 2 games. And so Neil's coming in tonight. They have Neil listed as being on the second line, but that's probably not where he'll play. Right. I see Tarasenko going up to that second line and Neil dropping down to the third line. That's the way and they even stated it on NHL.com. It says Buchnevich is serving the first of a 2-game suspension for headbutting Lawson Krause on Monday. Neil will take his place in the lineup, but it hasn't been determined where he'll skate. Looking at the lineup, I see Kyrou, Shen, and Tarasenko playing together. And then I see Barbashev, Thomas, and Neil playing together. So Neil, I could also see Costin bumping up and Neil bopping down. But I don't see that as much. I like the fourth line of neighbors, Bozak and Kim. Golden Knights have a pieced together lineup, and you have Raw. I think this is Nicholas Raw's first game of the season, right? Him, Carrier, and Hoden are getting their first games. Krebs and Leishkin were called up from Henderson of the American League. So you have Raw centering Stephenson and Dadonov. Carlson with Marchessault, who's on my fantasy team, by the way, and Smith.
Okay.
Patrick with Krebs and Kolser. Lishkin with Carrier and Howden. And then you have, and this is what your strength is. This is what Vegas' strength is going to be, is their defense. Martinez with Pietrangelo, McNabb with Theodore, and Haig with Whitecloud. Whitecloud on that third pair. Whitecloud is a good offensive defenseman. Seeing him on that third pair kind of,
and it's
surprising to see him on that third pair.
You know, you know that Neil.
Yeah.
I think he was the first one to ever score for the Golden Knights.
That is absolutely true. He scored the first ever goal for the Golden Knights in the first game there. It was the second goal scored in that building, I think, and our second or third goal scored, because I know that the team, I can't remember who they played, but they played. Neil has been a refreshing breath of fresh air. Refreshing breath of air. I can't even say it right. Yeah. But fun fact, the Golden Knights on their first 5 games of the season was 4-0-1. The Kraken are 1-3-1 in their first 5 games of the season. How different the teams were selected. Yeah, it does. And I seen that. Devin said the headbutt reminded me of Zidane in the World Cup. Whoa. I don't think so. I get where you're saying, but to me it didn't. That the Dane headbutt, I don't know if you guys remember that in one of the World Cups. He just turned around and nailed a guy. Apparently the guy said something. He said something religiously racist about Muslims and his sister, and he just turned around and nailed him.
Everybody has their limits. I mean, I don't know. I thought that was, the forecheck to the face or whatever happened before that. Yeah. You know, I think he just had enough. I don't know.
Yeah, he did. He got forecheck. He got cross-checked. And they did say he got penalized for it, but the cross-check was high. I mean, it wasn't to the back. It was right almost to the face, right? And then he was chirping, right? That's the point that didn't get discussed. Krause was chirping. You could see you couldn't hear it, but you could see his mouth moving. He said something, and that's why Busch lost his cool. Yeah. Right? And that wasn't addressed. And that's the thing that I thought, when you listen, and like I said, I'm going to try and play it in the second half, or in the first intermission, see if I can bring it up. It just felt totally, totally negative. Right? I mean,
don't you just kind of feel for the guy? I do. Like, well, it's like, how much can a person take? I mean, we all have our limits. Yeah. And you're playing this highly competitive, testosterone raging game where violence is kind of condoned, and then you got that going on. I mean, it's amazing that more people don't snap, really. Yeah. If you think about it, right?
No, it is.
At Walmart and just like ready to lose it,
I got to show this guys real quick. I don't know see if you guys can see it. There we go. She's all like, okay, I'm gonna get my time.
Yeah, she's a big girl. And last time you said she weighed 80 pounds, and I was all offended. I was like, no. Yeah. She weighs 79 pounds.
See, I was almost on it.
I know. I was like, no, she's not 80 pounds. She's 70. No, she's 79 pounds.
Oh, see, now I don't feel so bad.
Right, because you're laughing. You're like, the camera just adds a little. The camera adds a little.
Oh, she's beautiful though. She's getting her in there. She just. Oh, I love bulldog. Bulldogs, people don't realize, have some of the greatest facial expressions. Yeah. They will make facial expressions, and you'll see it from the professional ones on movies and that. But that's natural.
Yeah.
That's actually very, very natural. Like she's doing it now, the head turn. You see it? You know, she did the little head turn and the eyes and the things she's doing. That's a natural expression for a bulldog, right?
They're funny. They're just
like and then their tongue, the way they'll hang their tongue. Jose, hey Jose, welcome. He says, I'm predicting that Shen will get in a fight with Stone and Boza. You know, I don't think so. I think that Stone thing is well, Stone's hurt. Yeah, that's right. Stone's out. Right? You got Stone out, Tuch out, and Pacioretty. Pacioretty's out, right? Yeah. I mean, that's some big losses. We'll get to score predictions. Someone asked about score predictions. We'll get to them a little bit further. It's 5-3 in the Philly game with about 8 minutes to go. So I'm looking at our game starting probably about 4:10 to 4:15. They usually try and hold that start back until this game ends. I kind of see that happening. I think that you'll probably see that.
Yeah. Okay. How much is
right?
left
Ryan
here?
Green says, I'll take a victory over a good fight. Chris Shockley says 5-3 Blues, especially since they wanted to show the pregame thing. So they may hold up. Usually I think it was, I know it's at 7:00, but I think it was a 7:15 or a 7:20 start. But I didn't want to come on too late and then I'm start early. So that's why I kind of went in. So we'll see what happens. This game should start semi-quickly.
Are you the one that doesn't like Perron?
No, she's not on today.
That's somebody else?
Yeah, that's somebody else. Yeah, no.
I think he's hilarious. I just think he's spirited.
Yes,
he's
spirited.
I really think highly of him.
Yeah. Oh, did he? He did not him. Torrey Krug did a interview with Cam and Strick Progress, and he absolutely said, I hated Perron. You know, I didn't realize how good he was. I just hated the guy. So now it's really interesting. Oh, you got Andrew who's in Florida and Ryan Green saying, Kimberly, what's your 3 favorite nights?
My favorite night is number 7.
Which is Petrangelo.
Yes. And I think I told you guys the day that I saw him in Trader Joe's. Nicest person. And I love Marchie. Marchessault is one of my favorites. And Riley Smith. I like him too. Those are probably my 3 favorites.
Right.
But Petrangelo, okay, so I'm in Trader Joe's that night. I texted the guy and said, you're the only one that's going to care, but guess who I just saw, you know? So I'm in Trader Joe's just shopping, and I see like a tall guy, you know, with the beard, and he's got his mask on, he's got a hat on. But you know, I was like, wow. And then I'm like, and then he looked at me, and I looked at him. My eyes went like this.
Yeah.
Just because I was like, oh my God. And then he kind of like, oh great, crazy, incoming crazy lady. So he kind of like took off to the dairy section, and I turned around and tried to find my kid because I was like, want to get it. Like, come on, we got to get out of here. Alex Petrangelo's in here, and I look like this. But he was so cute. He was just so nice. And then I didn't want to bug him too much. So I'm just like, You're just a really nice guy, and we love to watch you. And I said, you know, all you Blues fans, you know, you still love him.
I appreciated that you tagged me in that. That was really cool. That was neat. And I love the fact that you're the kind of fan that I enjoy. You got into this because of the Knights, but you've jumped head foot, head first, off the deep end, right in, and you've enveloped and enjoyed all of this that's got to go with it. And even though, you're learning as you go along, you're not afraid to learn. And that's what makes hockey so great, right?
Right.
A lot of sports are and that's the one thing that when I ask someone if they like hockey, the first thing they say is, I don't understand the rules. I don't get it, You really don't need to understand the rules to watch a game.
The lines are the hardest thing for me to get. Like, okay, so there's 4 lines. The first one, they have a wing center, and that goes all the way down. And then the fourth line is like your bigger guys that kind of hand out the punishments, right?
Okay. No, actually, that's your fourth line. Your first line is usually your stars, right? Usually your stars. Your first line is usually the guys that will play longer. A lot of times you'll see your second line is your two-way guys, right? Your two-way guys. However, you'll get guys like O'Reilly, who plays on the first line, but is also a two-way guy, right?
You can play right or left.
Offense and defense.
Oh,
two-way means they play offense and defense.
Oh, okay.
Right? You'll see a lot of forwards are offensive forwards, i.e., up until the last year or so, Tarashenko, right? Brett Hull is the prime example of an offensive forward, right? That's the puck would be in his defensive zone, and Brett Hull would skate the blue line. He would circle the blue line, right? I talked to Jamie Rivers about that. That was by design, actually, because everybody trusted that once they got the puck, they could get it to Hull and he was gone. He would skate the blue line, right? That's an offensive forward. You have a guy like O'Reilly who's very defensive. When the puck is in his zone, he's on the boards. He's in it. He's trying to get the puck. He's got his puck down. He's blocking shots. He's doing things that defensemen do. That's a defensive forward. That's a two-way forward, right? That's the guys that win the Selke, right?
Gotcha.
And believe it or not, and when you think about it, it's such a hard talent, right? It's not something that everyone can do. They have a special award for it, right? And really, right now, the Blues have 3 or 4 two-way guys. One of them's out, but they have Bushnevich, O'Reilly, Sundqvist, and I got one more. I'm thinking of one more. Barbashev are guys that could win a Selke, right? Barbashev's still young, but he has that.
I like it. He's like our Stone would be.
Yeah.
Like Stone would be like that, right?
Yeah, Stone. I think I've been nominated for the Selke before. Stone is that type of guy. Absolutely. So this game's down in the last 3 minutes, that's good. Oh wow, this might work out just perfect. As we go out, they might be coming on. Haha, not bad. Just a few minutes over. So let's get into our predictions of the game. Kimberly is a guest. We will let you go first.
Okay. Well, I don't have a real good feeling. I think we might lose, honestly, which I'm okay with because we got a lot of young guys, and I just hope they go out there and they play good, since our big stars are out. So I'm gonna say Blues win by 1. I'll say it's 3-2.
3-2, not
3-2.
Not bad. Last season, St. Louis was 1-6-1 against. 1-6-1 against the Knights. So the Knights had our number last season, and actually up until the bubble, the Blues had the Knights number. So that is shifted. That is absolutely shifted.
It's always fun when they play each other. It's always a great game.
Yeah, I do agree.
Like someone will get like they do the hockey hug, but the not nice one.
Yeah.
And Petrangelo will take a guy and pull him away, like give him a little pat on his back, like his old buddy. You know, what a nice guy.
What do you say, Ashley?
I'm going to have to agree with Devin Dayton here, and I'm going to go 5-3.
Ooh, 5-3. So this is something that has surprised me with the Blues. They're averaging 6 goals a game, right? 6 goals a game. That's surprising. I wouldn't see it. I thought, I would have been happy at 3. 6 is great, but they're also giving up 3.5 goals a game. That's an issue. Can they shut down this Knights team? Yes, they can. But Marcia Shaw knows how to play. Marcia Shaw knows how to play against Bennington. He can score. I do see them scoring. I don't see it being a high-scoring game like that. And that's the one thing that's not got our third period. The Blues have figured out how to get ahead early, but not hold it. I would like to see them keep the game tight so they do figure out how to hold it and not get that bigger lead. I'd like to really see this be like you said, a 3-2 game with the Blues and possibly going to overtime, right? I think, and like you said, first of all, while Pietrangelo has played St. Louis 8 times since he left, I still think that he wants to let them know that they were wrong for letting him go. And I think you're going to get his best game. The other thing about this that I think is extremely interesting is that very first game that St. Louis played in the Knights last year is the game that Kyrou went right by Pietrangelo and scored that goal. And then the next night he gets COVID.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and Kyrou, who is right now on the money, and Chris, I just talked about it, but I just talked about it. Yeah. Now Chris is going to think that I talked about it because of him, because his comment's going to come up before he hears me because it's on a delay. It's on about a 30-second delay from when 10-second delay. So, but no, I see this being one of those games with Kyrou being on fire, Costin's 2 goals were really good. This could be a blowout. I don't see it though. I really think that this is going to be a much closer game. I also think that this is going to be a hard hitting game. Right? I think you're going to see hits in the 20s to 30s in this game. I really do. I think you're going to see a lot of hard hitting. You're going to see this is I talk about the neutral zone a lot. This is a game to watch between the blue lines. Right? This game is going to be won or lost between the blue lines. And the other spot that concerns me is special teams. Right? If this gets to be a heavily physical game and it gets into a lot of special teams where it's not 5-on-5, I think Vegas has the favor. Well, that's over 6-3 with like a minute to go. So good. So I'm figuring about 6-7 minutes, maybe 10 before our game comes on. So we'll keep talking while we can as we're watching this. And once I know they're going to cut to it, we'll kind of cut away so everybody can watch it. And then we'll be back at the first intermission. Kimberly, you're welcome to join us at the intermission shows if you want to, or the post game. Okay. We would love to have you. I will send you that same link. Well, it'll be a different link, but I'll send it the same way. Okay. Right. But it'll be closer to like right after, because I kind of wait. Because if I schedule it, it kind of makes it hard to schedule it because I don't know exactly when it's going to end. Right. So and you might get the link ahead. Too. Say again?
They just now scored on mine, so mine must have like about a minute delay.
Oh, okay. So they just Vegas? You mean Philly just scored?
Uh-huh.
Okay, you said Vegas just scored. I was like, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. I wish.
Yeah, so it might be a little bit, and we get that. We deal with the delay. We deal with that delay a lot. So no issue. No issue whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm lose, but
no, I really would like to. I just want a good, solid game. I want to see your younger guys play. I want to see how they play.
I think they're so exciting to watch, especially Krebs. There's this one little guy, Krebs, on there, and he's just been really good and with the Silver Knights, and he's just kind of has some bad luck with this.
Wrong team.
Yeah. Which one?
No, I was thinking that it was wrong. I was thinking that your GM was our former GM, but no, that's Arizona. Your Arizona's GM used to be our assistant GM, director of player scouting. So he's the one that drafted guys. So, but no, you guys are I think you're sitting very well. The one thing that does surprise me is Jabir. You have Jabir as your head coach, right?
Yeah, Peter.
Yeah,
DeBoer.
I think DeBoer. Yeah, Pete DeBoer. He could be on a bit of a hot seat, and that's something to be aware of. Well, I really could, and that was an interesting thing. If you didn't know what happened, so right away the Knights and the Sharks became bitter rivals right off the get-go, right? And this is first season. This is even before playoffs, and then they have that playoff one where the major penalty in that and the Knights end up losing in Game 7. Really, I mean, just really a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Their coach gets fired, and they go and hire the Sharks coach. I thought that was just wow. Right?
Yeah. Plus, didn't our GM say like we're going to have the Stanley Cup in 5 or 6? He said. Yeah,
originally, yeah.
So
and unfortunately, he might have reversed that.
I hope so, because it's too much pressure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now that what I'm saying is they went to win so quickly. They won so quickly that it might get caught down.
Yeah. Well, we got really spoiled in the beginning, and everybody likes a team that wins.
Yep.
You know.
And now that you're going to have I think you're going to have 3 or 4 tough years to where you may make the playoffs but get bounced in the first round, or you just missed the playoffs, something in that. Right. You don't think so, Ashley? I think so. And I'm guessing that's more because of the division than it is because of the Knights.
Yeah, but I mean, they're still a tough team to play. I don't really see them doing that poorly. They might not be number 1, but they're going to finish very high in that division, and they're going to fight. Maybe a second round exit, I don't think but not a first.
Yeah, no, I thought they were dropping last year, and they didn't. I mean, they had a great year last year, but so the trading Marc-Andre Fleury, I think was a mistake. I think having those 2 goalies together was better. Chris Shockley's saying who would be number 1, Vancouver? No, actually, I think Edmonton or Calgary is going to pull up the number 1 slot in that division, right? Everyone forgets that those 3 of the teams from that division last year were gone. Vancouver, Calgary, and Edmonton. And Edmonton was number 2 in the center or in the North last season. Right? Edmonton was a good team last season and just got bounced. Right? Got bounced by Winnipeg. Right? And then Winnipeg got bounced by Montreal. So Edmonton is a good team. Boston loses 6-3. Yeah, that was a kind of a butt whipping there. Where, like I said, topsy-turvy day, and that's what you see happen a lot right now. Oh, now I remember topsy-turvy day. It wasn't Cinderella. That was Notre Dame. The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh.
Yep, there we go. Hunchback of Notre Dame. I'll get it. Yeah, see, that's my memory. But hey, guys, thank you so much for coming on. Great show. Great time. Kim, thank you. We love this, and to think that we get to talk to you 3 more times today, and then 2 more times in the season. Sure. Really, just a special time. We love it.
Well, win or lose, we're still friends.
And you know what? Exactly. I absolutely agree with that. And that's what this is all about. And thank you. Thanks for bringing the bullies on. We love them. Yeah. Love them to death. Thank you so much. They're a lot of fun. Okay, guys, this is Guy the Wild Blues fan for Kimberly, the Vegas Golden Knights lady, the bully lady, and Ashley Slapshot Jones saying aloha, mahalo, and we cannot wait to see you on the Intermission Show.